Hello and welcome to the Old Geezer's Diary. My name is Chris Gosling. Last week I published some on-the-day clips of a bus pass outing, and this is a complete movie of the day. It included a ferry trip and 4 bus pass journeys, and you're invited to accompany me for the next 15 minutes. I was entertained to share the trip with some red hat ladies from Woodbridge who were out to explore Harwich for the day. It was a breezy day, but the new ferry boat made light work of the harbour chop, and we got some good views of the ships alongside at Felixstowe. The whole trip only takes about 10 or 12 minutes and costs you £4.50 for everyone over 16 years old. And for an extra £1, you can continue to shop on the boat, staying aboard at Harwich. Harwich, Essex, and behind me, well, there's a car park, but behind me there's, I think, it's part of the Harwich Harbour Authority offices, and I'm looking out here at the Galatea, the Trinity House vessel Galatea, just over the quayside on the Trinity House jetty here at Harwich. I thought I'd have a day out, actually, to be honest with you. I've been getting a bit sort of housebound, so I caught the ferry and came on over to Harwich. It's just coming up for 11 o'clock, and I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go and see where the next bus goes to, because I've done Harwich before. I'm probably going to see if I can go over to Clacton on Sea from here. That should be fun. Harwich is definitely worth a wander. The streets are narrow, some of the houses are very old, and there are some interesting features like the high and low lights and the Electric Palace, a purpose-built cinema opened on Wednesday, November the 29th, 1911. Another landmark, I lived in the house with the red door about 25 years ago. The bus station is actually at the rail station, so transport out is easy, and the Clacton buses do at any minute. A bit of a cheat, I know. That bus went to Colchester and I'm now on a single decker heading for Clacton. Well, if you haven't guessed, we're actually here at Clacton now. We just had a fantastic bus ride from Harwich. It took about an hour, roughly, to get from Harwich to Clacton. But once you're at Clacton, what a nice place to be, lovely. It's all changed in some ways, and in some ways it's all the same. I haven't been here for, I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years, something like that. But the one thing that's noticeable when you look out to sea these days is the horizon is now filled with quite a large array of wind turbines. It makes a difference really. It makes it look quite odd compared to how it looked when it was just the North Sea. But in general it's a really nice place to come. I'm really glad to be here. It's quite breezy, the sun is shining nicely, but when you're out of the wind it's beautiful. And the sea has got tons of action, so it's quite rough really, I suppose, for where we are, but it looks good. A stroll along the seafront and a wander out on the pier. Really enjoyable, and of course sun's shining, it's a bit windy, but in general it's really lovely, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm just enjoying the travel really. Time is now about 20 to 2, so I'm going to find some lunch. I think I'm going to have some chips if I can find a decent chippy. Increasingly the chippies you come across in places like this don't really cook many chips. It's all sort of pre-prepared, pre-frozen, heated up in the fat fryer, I think, and that's your lot, mate. But having said that, we'll see what's on offer and we'll have some of that. And then I'll catch another bus to Colchester and a final bus to Ipswich. My apologies, a final bus from Ipswich to Felixstowe. Although I may stop and have a pint in Ipswich, because by then I'll deserve one, and there's a nice pub just by the bus station. So that's the plan from here. Get fed, catch around 3 more buses and see where we go from there. And now I'm on my way to Colchester, front seat on a double-decker no less. But the downside, a horrible bus station experience in that town. 76 bus, the fast bus between Clacton and Colchester. But it seems to be taking its time. It goes quite a nice sort of circuitous route, which I don't mind, around the smaller villages, or larger villages I guess, on the way out of Clacton. And we were still only about 30 minutes after leaving. We're only at Wheelie, so it's not exactly been rushed, but that's fine. It's a nice trip, I think. And you're going again by different roads to the ones you usually go on. This route takes us into Colchester via the Hythe, but the bus soon gets caught up in a bit of a traffic jam. We came to a dead stop several times heading into the centre and aiming for all the fun of Colchester bus station. Well, welcome to Colchester bus station. I've been here a few times, and each time I've been here I've kind of said I really don't want to go to Colchester bus station again, because it's all out in the road, as it were. There's no decent parking. It's always jammed up every time I come here, and it takes you ages to work out where your bus is going from, and all the rest of it. So I hate it. I really don't love it. I think it's awful. But you do what you can, and so I've found plenty to eat. I've had a drink. I'm feeling in a lot finer fettle than I was by the time I got here. I felt a bit knackered at that point. But now it's coming up for 4:20. Apparently my Ipswich bus comes back by about 4:30 to take me home to Ippy. Then I can catch another bus to Felixstowe. So hopefully, my goodness, that looks... No, I got excited for a moment there. It's the wrong livery. So I should be on my bus in the next 10 minutes. But I must say, Colchester bus station, Colchester, get your act together, build a proper bus station where people can find buses without a total kind of, I don't know, traffic jam, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I guess if you use Colchester's buses every day, you're probably fine. But if, like me, you're not here so often, it's a confusing place. But I managed to find the right bus and the right stop to catch my Ipswich bus home, thanks to the helpful lady on the Ipswich bus's helpline, who I called when I couldn't find this route's timetable via my phone. After the statutory Colchester traffic jam outbound, we were off. The route home was a mix of dual carriageway and country roads and villages, lovely on a beautiful afternoon. And now I'm on the last stages of my day out to Harwich, Clacton and Colchester, with a final bus to catch at Ipswich. It's been excellent. Sunny weather, a breeze to keep the air fresh, and a bus pass to minimise my costs. By road I've probably covered around 80 miles, maybe more, including village meanders. All of them have been enjoyable, but the best were the 50 or 60 miles by double-decker. Here's the Ipswich bus station. Wouldn't it be nice if Colchester could find a similar area to help their bus station work better? Overall, I've spent a total of £9.15, £4.50 on the ferry and £4.65 on food and drink. I caught the ferry at 10:30 a.m. and I'll be home for 7 p.m. I hope you've enjoyed coming along on this old geezer's diary outing, and I hope you'll want to join me on further trips and journeys I'll be making. Your comments are always welcome. Don't forget you can keep up with the Old Geezer's Diary on Facebook, YouTube and on my blog at oldgeezersdiary.blogspot.co.uk. When I'm out and about doing stuff, I often post live or on-the-day video clips on my Facebook channel. Search for Old Geezer's Diary, and you can find me on Twitter at Old Geezer's Diary. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.